Chapter 18 of the Psalms, Lemanatseach, for the conductor. By the servant of the Lord, by David, who spoke the words of this song to the Lord on the day that the Lord delivered him from the hands of his enemies and from the hand of Shaul. And he said, I will love you, Lord, my strength. Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my rescuer. My God, my rock, in whom I take refuge. My shield and my horn of salvation. My stronghold. With praises I call unto the Lord, and I am saved from my enemies. The pain of death encircled me, and the torrents godless men would frighten me. The pains of the grave surrounded me, and the snares of death confronted me. In my distress I would call upon the Lord, and my God I would cry for salvation. For from his abode he will hear my voice, in my cry to him who reached his ears. And the earth quaked and roared. The foundations of the mountains shook. They trembled with it when his wrath flared. Smoke arose in his nostril, and devouring fire from his mouth. Flaming coals blazed forth from him. And he bent down the heavens and descended, with thick darkness beneath his feet. He mounted a cherub and flew. He swooped on the wings of the wind. He made darkness his concealment, and around him his shelter. The darkness of waters, of the clouds of heaven, from out of the brilliance that is before him. His clouds passed over with hailstones and flaming coals. And the Lord thundered in the heavens, and the Most High cried out, hailstones and flaming coals, and he sent forth his arrows and scattered them many thunderbolts, and he frenzied them. And the channels of waters became visible, and the foundations of the earth were laid bare. But your rebuke, Lord, by breath of your nostrils, he sent from on high and took me, and he drew me out of the deep waters, and he saved me from the mighty foe, and from my enemies, for they overpowered me. They confronted me on the day of my misfortune, but the Lord was my support. He brought me into the broad spaces. He released me, for he desires me. Lord, recompense me according to my righteousness. He repaid me befitting the cleanliness of my hands, for I have kept the ways of the Lord, and I have not departed wickedly from my God. For all his judgments are before me, and I shall not remove his statutes from myself. I was perfectly innocent with him, and I was vigilant against my sin. Lord repaid me in accordance with my righteousness, according to the cleanliness of my hands before his eyes. With the devout you acted devoutly. With the wholehearted man you acted wholeheartedly. With the pure you acted purely. And with the crooked you act perversely. For it is you who saves the humble nation, and the haughty eyes you bring low. For it is you who will light my lamp. Lord, my God, will illuminate my darkness. For you will I smash a troop, and with my God I leap a wall. The God, his way is perfect. The promise of the Lord is flawless. He is a shield for all of those who take refuge in him. For who is God besides the Lord? Who is the rock except for our God? The God who girds with me strength, and who made my ways perfect, who strengthened my feet like the hinds and stood me on my heights, who trained my hands for battle so that a steel bow could be bent by my arms. You have given me your shield of salvation. Your right hand has sustained me, and your humility made me great. You have widened my stride beneath me, and my ankles have not faltered. I pursued my foes and overtook them, and returned not until they were destroyed. I struck them down, and they could not rise. They fell beneath my feet. You girded me with strength for battle. You bring my adversaries to their knees beneath me, and my enemies. You gave me an entreat, and my antagonists, I cut them down. They cried out, but there was no Savior. To the Lord, but he answered them not. I pulverized them like the dust in the face of the storm. Like the mud of the street, I poured them out. You rescued me from the strife of the nation, and you have made me the head of the people. A nation I did not know serves me. Because of the fame of the power, they obey me. Foreigners lie to me. Foreigners are withered and terrified, even from within their fortified enclosure. Lord liveth, and blessed is my rock. The God of my salvation is exalted. The God who grants me vengeance and subjugate the nations beneath me. You rescue me from my foes, even above my adversaries. You raise me from the man of violence. Again, Hamas. You rescue me from the foes, you rescue me from my foes, even from my adversaries. You raise me from the man of violence. You deliver me. Therefore, I will acknowledge you among the nations, Lord, and your name will I sing. Who magnifies the victories of his king, and he who does kindness with his anointed to David and his seed forever. This is Psalms chapter 18.